Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Bruce Collins, and I'm the host here at Bruce Collins Reacts and Stuff channel on YouTube. And I'm also the host of The Bruce Collins Show, which also has its own channel on YouTube. So I hope you can check them both out. And if you like them, please subscribe to both this channel and The Bruce Collins Show. Now, today we have some more Mandela effects from the YouTube channel All Time. So let's check it out. Okay, let's check it out.
Here's a new Mandela effect from the classic TV show I Love Lucy. You know, the classic phrase, "Lucy, you've got some splaining to do." It's a quote I'm sure many of you have heard before. I mean, it is the most popular quote from the series. I mean, this show was massive, and even though so much time has passed, its effect was so huge that it still felt today. When it was still airing, I Love Lucy was the most watched television show in the United States for 4 of its 6 seasons, and actually ended its run at the top of the Nelson ratings. There's a lot more competition for your attention these days, so something like this probably couldn't happen again today, but it's still an impressive feat. Here's why I bring up this classic quote. It was in fact never said in I Love Lucy. Not a single time in a single episode of the 6 seasons it was on the air. "Lucy, you got some splaining to do" was never once said. It's just unbelievable. How is it possible that 1, it was never said, and 2, so widely remembered if it was never actually said? Was it memes? I don't think so. There aren't a lot of I Love Lucy memes out there today. So was it something misremembered and then quoted over and over again? This one is possible, but on the same hand, who is talking about I Love Lucy these days? Not many. I suppose another explanation could be that someone somewhere on some other TV show or movie misquoted it as a joke or a reference, and that's what everyone is remembering. But if that's the case, what TV show or movie or celebrity or comedian are we remembering? I can't think of it. Can you? So what are your thoughts on all this? Do you remember this quote? Is somehow everyone just remembering this quote?
I remember the quote, but I don't necessarily remember it being on I Love Lucy, but it was attributed to that. But I don't remember where I've heard that.
And by quote, I mean a quote that doesn't exist and has never existed. Yet so many people remember it specifically in the exact same way. Or is this another Mandela effect? I'll let you decide. We have another missing emoji. Now, I don't know what it is about emoji, but certain ones keep disappearing, and I don't know why. And when I say disappearing, I literally mean they don't exist anymore. You can look through old phones, old screenshots of text messages, anywhere, and you won't find them. In fact, this will now be the 4th missing emoji segment that I've covered on All Time. If you want to see the other 3, links to each of them are in the description. Today, I'm talking about the cat emoji with star eyes. Does that sound familiar to you? Imagine the starstruck emoji, but with the cat face instead of an emoji face. That's what people seem to remember. And I hate to say it, but yeah, it looks familiar. I don't know if this is my brain adjusting to new information and creating memories that don't actually exist, or if this is real and I actually do remember it. But if it was real and it doesn't exist today, how is that possible? Upon doing more research,
I'm not really an emoji guy, so I'm not sure about this one.
I learned that it was never on iPhone, never on Android, never on Windows Phone, and it was never removed or discontinued. And as I've talked about in previous segments, the full emoji history is public, and you can look up every single change they've ever made, from the very beginning to today. Yet despite all this, a ton of people online seem to remember this emoji. And I know you're looking at it right now, but just for clarification, every image that I show in this video of that emoji was carefully made in Photoshop, because it doesn't actually exist, apparently. So what's next? Does anyone want to guess on what emoji is going to disappear next? Because every time I cover a segment on one or more of these emojis not existing anymore, I think to myself, that's probably the last of that kind of Mandela effect, but I'm done making that assumption anymore. The Mandela effect will seemingly never slow down. Just new Mandela effects forever, over and over and over. We have new ones, we have old ones, the list keeps growing. I can't keep up with them. So I wonder, what's next? Me. So here it is. It's Gordon Seafood and its mascot, the Gordon Fisherman. Except it's never actually been Gordon. Gordon is not what it's called. It's called Gorton. Not Gordon, Gorton. Gordon Seafood and the Gordon Fisherman. This is one of those weird ones where everyone swears it's Gordon, but it never has been. And I went back to its history, its previous logos, its founders, its origin story, and it's always been Gordon. It's just so weird. Which name sounds right to you? Gordon or Gorton? Next up is another classic Mandela effect I've never talked about before, but it's pretty interesting. It's regarding Raisin Bran cereal. Its history dates back over 100 years ago, in fact. Back in 1915, Kellogg's introduced Bran Flake cereal. 10 years later, in 1925, a new cereal was introduced by a brand called Skinner's Raisin Bran cereal, and the name was trademarked. Then in 1942, Kellogg's and Post started selling their own versions of Raisin Bran cereal despite the trademark. Skinner sued, and it turned into a huge legal battle. In 1944, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 8th Circuit ruled that the name Raisin Bran could not be trademarked because it's merely a description of its ingredients. And because of that, any company or brand that wanted to make their own version of Raisin Bran could, and they did. So in terms of the Raisin Bran Mandela effect, the one specific brand that we're talking about today is Kellogg's.
Interesting. I wasn't aware of that fact.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran. And this Mandela effect is a memory that so many share, but has apparently never existed. What's the memory? It's of their mascot, a sun named Sunny. I know, clever name, right? And he wears sunglasses. Fun, clever? Yeah, except he's never worn sunglasses. Never. Even though so many people remember him wearing sunglasses, myself included, he has never worn them. Not once in the history of this brand. I'm sure you can picture it in your mind right now. There's Sunny, bright and shining, with his sunglasses on, holding 2 scoops of raisins. But nope, he's never had sunglasses. And people have searched. They've looked for residue or evidence, but nope, it has seemingly never existed. Why do so many of us remember this very specific detail? Well, that's the mystery of the Mandela effect. Your guess is as good as mine. Let's talk about a really strange type of Mandela effect. Not a logo change or a movie line not being what you remember, but rather this one is about a word that people swear existed, but no one can actually remember it. And upon searching for it, no one's found anything yet. The topic is babymobiles. You know, the things that hang over cribs and spin around with little shapes or animals? Pretty normal stuff, right? Well, here's the Mandela effect. Some people are absolutely convinced that there used to be a different word for them. Not mobile, but a completely different other word. And not some obscure technical term either, something common. But the really strange part is that no one can remember what the word actually is. And this isn't just me talking about this. There are multiple entire threads online with hundreds and hundreds of comments of people being weirded out by this. People swear that this word did exist. They just can't remember what it is. And it's not just a vague feeling like, oh, there might have been another name for it. People describe it like it's right on the tip of their tongue, like they almost remember how it sounds. Something familiar, normal. Something that they know they've heard before, but they can't remember what. And what's so fascinating about this memory is that it also comes with a few specific details. Some people remember the word being used in packaging, like motorized blank, but they don't know what the blank is. But when they go looking for it, nothing. While it is true that some say mobile, other ones say mobile, other ones say mobile, there's a variation of how you can pronounce it. We're not actually talking about that word. And search results online and in store only show that word as the result. There's no alternative terms showing up anywhere. No listings, no dictionaries, no evidence. It's like the word either disappeared completely or it never existed at all, as if all of us are manifesting something into reality that never existed before. And that's what makes this one so unsettling. So tell me, is this another Mandela effect, or is this all in our head? What do you remember?
All right, there you have it. Mandela effects. What do you think of them? Are they real? And what ones are the ones that trip you up the most? Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, please like and subscribe to this video. And I thank you very much. I hope you have a great day. Take care.